Hello everyone. It is Wednesday, February the 17th today, and I am trying to remember to come on at noon on Wednesday still because I just enjoyed so much being able to stamp with you guys on Wednesdays. And since I sort of changed up cards and coffee, I wasn't on for a few weeks, but here I am again. And today I wanted to share with you a really special technique called the Chalkboard Technique. And this is super easy and fun. So I just wanted to take a few minutes of your lunch hour, or my lunch hour too, to share with you some ideas. And again, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for coming on. You're here with Sarah Lynn Duque from Sarah Lynn Stamps, and you'll find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram under Sarah Lynn Stamps. So you find me at all those places and follow along, that'd be great. Anyways, today I'm going to show you the chalkboard technique using this fabulous stamp set called Ridiculously Awesome. And the reason that this works so great for that is because of the large, bold images and words that it has on there. You can use any stamp set that you'd like. It doesn't have to be large, bold words, but I just think they look really cute on a chalkboard, because that's what you would normally write on a chalkboard, would be words, but it doesn't have to be. Anyways, but today we're going to use this, and this is found on page 90 of the annual catalog. Right here. I'm bringing along a lot of stuff. Right here, and there's some ideas. Actually, the idea came from this card here in the bottom left. They've used the chalkboard technique here to make this card with the You Are My Sunshine stamp. So the stamp set's right up here. It's called Ridiculously Awesome. And on the other page, actually, there's another set that I think would work really well with this, and that is the Nothing's Better Than stamp set. It also has some larger images, different types of things that you can add to it as well. I think both of those would work equally well, as would a number of other ones. Like, you can see all these different sets here with different types of sentiments and large script. All of these would work really nicely. So you can use these with any stamp set. And again, it doesn't have to be words, but that's what I'm going to use today from the Ridiculously Awesome stamp set. So let me show you how this works. Okay, so first of all, one idea, you just need black cardstock. You need your white craft ink and any stamp set, and also a sponge. Now, I cut up my sponges that I buy from Stampin' Up. I just cut them into quarters because then I have them for different colors and different purposes, so I don't have to worry about having a clean sponge or whatnot. But those are the three things you need: stamps, white craft ink, black cardstock, and you could use any other, you could use any other dark cardstock for this as well, but since chalkboards are generally black, this kind of lends itself well. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that. So one of the things you can do is taking your sponge, you're going to just sponge it up here on the white, and we're just going to slide that across, and it's going to sort of give you that dusty chalkboard look on the background. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Just the stamping portion that you're going to see here, you're going to notice is chalkboardish anyways, but this just adds a little bit more of that chalkboard touch to the background. So you can do that with your sponge. And again, start off the edge and come in, and if there's certain spots, even like you can see here, that you want to add more, just go ahead and add. You don't have to push hard, just keep scrolling it across until you get the effect that you want. So there we've got kind of a chalkboard, and you can put as much or as little as you want on there. And then you're just going to take your stamp. On this one, I've got You Are My Sunshine, similar to the card that we saw on page 90 there. Going to ink it up, and then you can stamp it however you want. I'm just going to stamp it straight down and straight up, and you can see the white craft ink all by itself just kind of gives you that chalkboard look on the dark cardstock. And add any other touches that you want. I'm using the star out of that same set to make it look like this. So there's one idea. So if we wanted to take that and turn it into a card, you can put the chalkboard on the background or not. In this example, I'm going to do one that does not have that on the background, just so you can see the difference. So I'm going to take another stamp out of that set called P.S. I Love You. This is just a fun, cute set. And what I'm going to do is just randomly stamp this sort of on and off the page, and I'm going to just do it before and after. On the next line, I'm going to kind of just try to change up exactly where it lines up, and I'm going to just go across like this. And there's really no rhyme or reason other than that they're at different start and end points on here. So, And if they're not 100% straight, I mean, that's half of the love of this, right? So, and sometimes I just stamp it kind of so that I know it's off, and then I'll do the beginning and the ends after. So there we have that. And if you want to, at this point, you can take your sponge and you can just go over top of this, and you're going to just kind of give that whiteboard effect just by rubbing the letters with your sponge as well. So you're going to get a little bit more of a dusty finish there on your stamp set. So let's take this and turn this into a card now. So I'm going to close my ink. I've done all my stamping that I wanted to do with my chalkboard technique. That's really all there is to it. You can also emboss this, and I'll show you what that looks like after, with the craft ink. So if you stamped with the white craft ink, you can put your embossing powder right over top, your white embossing powder, and emboss it. I'll put a link in the comments below to my video on how to do embossing. And then you're going to heat set that, and it gives a little bit of a different effect, but I'll let you see what that looks like after. So we're going to take a piece of white cardstock here today. And again, you can finish your card however you would like to. This is just one idea of how I finished my card using the chalkboard technique. I'm going to pull in some designer series paper. This is from the Subtles designer series pack. And using my seal, I'm going to just add some seal to the back along the edges. And I'm going to offset this. My words are upside down, so let's turn that around. And just offset this like so. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. And I've got some embossing powder flying around here, so put all these little white specks are all over my cardstock. But that's because I'll show you my embossed card in a minute. So this is just a really easy way to create something different and using different colors. I don't often use black cardstock, especially for stamping. I just don't think about it that often. So this is kind of a really fun, different sort of card for me. And then we're going to just offset that going the other way like this. Now I've also punched out a couple of hearts here. And I have stamped the P.S. I Love You onto, again, the So Saffron paper here. And then I've cut it out, and I cut off the P.S. part so that I just have the I Love You part showing. And so I'm going to just take my heart, and again, using my seal, I'm going to add this to my card right here. I'm going to take my other heart, and you could use either side. You can see both sides are patterned, and put this on here. There's really no rhyme or reason. You can do this however you like. And then I'm going to use dimensionals again for my sentiment. So turning that over, you may have to cut your dimensionals or use mini dimensionals for your sentiment, depending on how you cut it out, how close to the words you cut out. But I just did it straight and then went over top of the L and the Y so that it ended up like that. And then I'm going to just eyeball this here and put this on to my card front like so. Now the last touch that I wanted to do on here is using some of the resin heart embellishments that I love. This is from the Snail Mail Suite in our current mini January to June 2001 catalog. They have some hearts which I think lend itself really well to the sentiment or theme that I have going on here, the P.S. I Love You. And I want to make them pink so that they will match my pink heart. So I've actually got Flirty Flamingo here. You could use Blushing Bride or Petal Pink as well, whatever you have on hand. I just have Flirty Flamingo close at hand. So I'm going to literally color on top of a few hearts here. And they're going to dry pretty much immediately. And they're going to sort of soften up as they dry. So if you think the pink is a little bit bright, it's going to soften as we go. And I'm going to just add these onto my card. Now I'm using my fingers, but I should use my Take a Pic tool so I can see where I'm going. Okay. Well, we lost one. One just flew away. Let's color another one. The thing is that it doesn't take long to do this, so you can redo it if you need to. I'm not sure where that other one went to. It literally flew somewhere over there. All right, and then I've got this one here that I'm going to stick right up here. There we go. So we've got some pink hearts tying in this pink here. You could use the white as well because we are doing a chalkboard technique. That would work out okay as well. It's really up to you. But you can see that was just a really quick and easy card using the chalkboard technique here on the back. And so again, you could have rubbed some of the white to make it a little bit more chalkboardish, sort of like we did on this one. On here, I didn't rub the background. I just stamped in white and then used my sponge to sort of make it look more chalkboard. The other option, like I said, is to emboss it in white. So I'll show you what the difference would look like. So these are the two differences. This is the one that's just stamped with the craft ink, so it's more of a softer chalk brushed look. And this one here is more of a bold chalk look. Almost not chalk, but it's the white on black, so it's a little bit bolder on here. So those are a couple of different options for you of how you can achieve the chalkboard look. And again, all you need is any stamp set, white craft ink, and a sponge. So I hope you'll put this into practice. You'll make a card and just post in the comments if you do and let me see what you've made. I'd love to see what you've made. And again, you can find me on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Instagram. You can shop for any of these supplies at www.sarahlynstamps.stampinup.net. Thanks so much. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Thanks for joining me on your lunch hour today. Bye.